it! I called it!
There it is.
It's finally a draft we can work on.
It's full on artillery, man.
It's so weird that that's like the last point for Blacklist International against Echo here. And if they can close this out, this will be their first series win against Echo in an entire year as they move on, of course. And we'll be sending Echo down to the lower bracket.
All right, so looking at the, what do you call it, the blueprint for both sides. Blacklist International, they're playing for the mid game, while Echo is looking to scale towards that late game. Early game, however, is a different story because both teams have good potential to just snowball.
Right.
It's just that Blacklist International has more kits around these mini objectives, which are the turtles and of course the gold lane towers.
Yeah, also, milestone here achieved for Oheb. He surpassed Kill VJ and is now ranked 7th in the MPL here. The Filipino sniper.
Oh, the sniper surpassing the king.
The king.
All right.
Who's now the king of Blacklist?
Nope, that's different. Oh, check this out. Blacklist, very aggressive, coming in, invading. Carl Teasy and now Sensui caught out, dashing on through. No buff stolen.
All right, real quick. Break down the emblems here. Anything crazy besides all those quantum charges?
I mean, firmness on the carry. It's it's becoming a thing.
So
like,
firm.
you play the carry as a tank in the early game because you're not really emblem dependent. You're really more of the item choices that you have, like the corrosion sights, the golden staff, the DHS, the wind talkers. You need all of that stuff, but you need to survive the early game, and you don't want to be building up, of the full antique Karas or the dominance eyes on the carry. You just want to go for the leg plates and then go straight for the corrosion sight.
Yeah, just a pair of pants, and then you go from there. Turtle already started up here, 2 minutes in. Very quick, moving, fast-paced fights here. Carl Teasy in too deep here, facing off against 3. Pops the Puissance. Turtle here at about 1/3 of its health. Renegade throws out an Astral Recall. JP put it down to 1/3 of his health this time around. Turtle gets reset.
Yeah, good back and forth here from both teams. Turtle going to reset. Blitz, Sensui will start it up. Edward!
Boom! Edward with an animation cancel penalty zone. Plus another realm coming in. Sensui with the help of an Appraiser's Wrath takes the Turtle, but Echo's not done. Big pull here from Santi. And Edward still survives. No dice as Blacklist walks away with a victory.
My goodness. Blacklist with the control from Renegade and Edward. Again, the commitment to just let Sensui take the turtle away from Carl Teasy. And these are the objective things that we were discussing earlier. Like Blacklist International has just more kits to utilize over Echo. Even though Echo does have the Rafaela to provide a sustain and the mobility, they just don't have that same catch that is that is being provided by the Terizla.
Yeah, again, I think one of the main things that you have here, obviously with the lineup for Echo, is that they have the sustainability, not just with the Rafaela, but of course the Netherrealm as well. Most likely, UA is taking that himself. But even from that first turtle fight, you already kind of get this picture. Like, all right, some of these fights, it's going to be a lot of back and forth. They're going to try to bait out some of these ultimates, some of these resources the best they can. But ultimately, it comes down to who executes it better with what they have, right? Blacklist International's lineup, though, especially as we scale into the game, they have the Novaria, right? The ability to whittle down people from far range without even being in a threatening range is an advantage that they could have. So Echo, once again, wants to play with the mobility that they have. They want to be able to maneuver around the map, and I think that's why it's also crucial
Carl,
that they find things early on if they can.
Energy Eruption coming in from Sensui, but neither side wants this fight. About 30 seconds until the next turtle.
Yeah, it's interesting that Blacklist International really picked up the Novaria in front of the Rafaela. It's considered a soft counter because you just mitigate the damage output and the poke coming out from the Novaria. But Blacklist International has already done this in the regular season wherein they picked up the Novaria against the Rafaela and they utilized it in a way that is just providing vision and control during the fights. Renegade picking up the Ice Queen Wands, which is something that I want to see in this game. Will allow more control for Blacklist International to deal with the Rafaela and the Faramis playing in the team fights.
Big ults missing from Echo here. Blacklist gonna oblige. Penalty zone from Edward coming in. Renegade with an Astral Echo, forcing out a flicker from the Hitman. And there's an early Netherrealm from the Agent. And now Sanji coming in with the pull. Turtle gonna get reset. Yue put down to 1/3 of his health. Now just a 10th. And there's not enough damage. JP barely alive. And he gets popped here. First blood drawn by Agent Zero.
Yeah, revenge strike. Got him. Right, so now with that on the board, Blacklist International, but Echo, are they going to get this, or is Sensui going to try to do something about it?
Oh, almost! Renegade throws out a recall. No one home. That's a turtle apiece. Echo scores.
Blacklist International still playing into that mid-game timing. They are getting the resources that they need, leading by a small margin of goal, but again, Echo is really looking forward to scale into that late game. So Blacklist International, if they want to make some pressure, some movements, it should be between the 6 to 8 minute mark, wherein the towers are really vulnerable against the Bruno.
Yeah, and the only thing they obviously are lacking, especially in those fights that are happening around the turtle, because really that's where all the action is right now. You're seeing it, right? They have sustainability, but they don't quite have the damage yet. Now that things have kind of gotten to this point, the turtle will be up here too. You saw the lane swaps going on too for Blacklist International, now eyeing that tier 1 on the top side. It's going to be up to Echo to be able to actually contest some of these, right? Sensui, though.
Spends his retribution. JP again, down to a fraction of his health. Sanford gets hit with a recall. Now Sanford also very low, but they are going to push the advantage here. In too deep. The Poisson spent in by Carlteasy. Watch Edwards still has a penalty zone. Echo push out Blacklist, but they will continue to push in.
Okay, they should be able to just heal back up here. Of course, BennyQt still going to plant himself there on the bottom side. Looks like he wants to possibly rotate up here for the fight. They know there's so much focus from Blacklist International right now for this turret.
Oh, Oheb forcing the issue. Finally gets the push. That's a top lane tier 1 going down.
I mean, if you're Echo, you're all right with what happened, because BennyQt was able to get a lot of farm on the bottom lane, and the pressure was also sort of like mitigated from Blacklist International. But then again, you have to sort of like reinforce this defense in the mid game, where Blacklist International will be strong around its Bruno. Yeah. Berserker's Fury is already now out for the Bruno.
I was going to say, when you just said strong Bruno, that Berserker's Fury will allow him to be there. In this part, especially now, it's going to break out. Still, BennyQt on the bottom side, so they don't have him for this fight.
It's a 4v5 penalty zone spent in by Edward. Turtle here, very low, out of retribution range, but just yet. And now comes UA using another realm. Carlteasy, the young goat steals away the turtle. Now Blacklist thinking twice. Should we not? They back off. Echo scores the final turtle of game number 4, and BennyQt pushes.
They're winning the macro battle here for Echo, getting the turtle for Carlteasy, and also a tower for BennyQt. Again, do keep in mind, Echo is looking to play to scale. Blacklist International, this is their timing. This is where they want to fight, but they're losing out on these micro objectives.
Yeah, right now, this is just a display of the macro game from Echo, right? And all this, it's allowing BennyQt to farm up. He is still, relatively hanging here with Oheb, but we do know that the carry takes a little bit more time. Already has that golden snap, has that corrosive scythe. So is BennyQt where he needs to be, Midnight, in terms of that first Lord fight that's coming up in just about a minute or so?
I think he needs a win of nature to be able to sustain against both Edward and Oheb.
And even Sensui.
Yeah. Some small, defense capability will help the carry, because he's not the main priority target here. It's always going to be Carlteasy during the Lord takes. But it does help if Echo is able to just not look at the Lord and force the 5v5 against Blacklist International. And that starts if BennyQt is confident enough to step forward against these heroes on the side of Blacklist.
I know this is very, in terms of minutes, this is very far in the future, but with BennyQt playing the carry here, and the fact that they have a Rafaela, something that Blacklist International has to be careful for later is the split push, right? The backdoor maneuver that Echo has done so many times, especially with these heroes. So even with that, you got to buy some time for BennyQt, farm up, maybe the Wind of Nature, get a little bit of that defensiveness for him. Sanford even here picking up that Athena shield that'll help them deal with this kind of onslaught from Blacklist International right now, although Echo still holds a very minor lead when it comes to the actual team fights, right? The way that they approach them still has to be knowledgeable, at least careful of what Blacklist International can throw at them, especially the fact that pretty much both gold laners at this point have just farmed up. They haven't done too much just yet.
Talking about split, look at bottom lane. Like the Paquito is just handling the bottom lane by himself. Carl!
Watch out. I think Blacklist is just forcing out another realm.
Oh, it hurts.
This may be too expensive as Blacklist looks to blitz the Lord. Look at Carlteasy.
Edward.
Sanji and JP, they know that they have to rush it. Can he come in? Lord scored here by Blacklist. and it's free.
ahead.
Blacklist claps back. Oh wait, look at this from the flank. Benny Cutie in Sanford. NetherRealm scored by Blacklist. Yue pops it. Oh wow.
They were happy. They were happy.
Macro battle here. Blacklist's turn.
Yeah, Blacklist again, they were happy with that Lord take. They didn't want to force the 5v5 engagement against Echo. They want to be able to utilize this Lord that is coming onto the bottom lane. Remember, you have a Bruno, you just need to be able to position yourself in this bottom part of the jungle, but Echo, they know that for a fact. That's why all 4 heroes that are able to fight are placed in this part of the map. Even Sanford is going to reinforce this defense coming out from Echo.
Yeah, again, first Lord being drawn here for Blacks International. They're going to push down the bot here. What does Echo do?
They're looking to crash in. Penalty zone from Edward. The response, the re-engage, and Edward about to get popped here. NetherRealm coming in from Sanji.
Oh, Yue.
Health goes down. Sensui right in the middle. Big bonk. Appraiser's Wrath. Is it his turn to turn? Nope.
Yue.
That's going to be no dice as they both back off.
So again, look at these team fights unfolding, right? Echo, as they farmed up for Benny Cutie, it's very difficult for them to actually get to convert some of these kills when they're low. You know, this is, guys, we're 11 and a half minutes in. There's 1 kill on the board.
That's the lowest I think we've seen since the regular season. Because I think the longest we've gone so far without a kill that happened regular season was 12 minutes in.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Sanford coming through. That bush, penalty zone, knocking up 3. Edward, he's feeling himself. JP very low. He goes down. Sensui gets the kill.
The rundown.
And now Carl Teasy does not have the puissance, but it seems like Blacklist is going to be backing off.
Yeah.
Already big lead for Blacklist despite only getting 2 kills.
No HP, no HIB. And again, what they want is just the objectives. They just want to be able to choke out the resources away from Echo. You don't need to win 5v5 engagements. If you are able to push down these towers for the next 3 or 4 minutes, you will get a net positive result in terms of gold lead, and that just means that Benecutie will not be able to walk outside base, split, and get some farm because Blacklist International will be standing inside the jungle of Echo, just, you know, removing the farm away from Carl Teasy and Benecutie.
Approaching the 13-minute mark here. Lord spawning in about 30 seconds. I have a question to present to you, gentlemen, because
Another question.
I think Echo here, you have to ask him, specifically Benecutie, are we there yet? Is he ready? Just like the film starring Ice Cube, 2005, are we there yet?
Wow, you had to dig deep, huh? Well,
He probably looked that one up.
okay, here's
Or
the
just
thing.
the knowledge bank.
Benecutie,
You'll never know.
where he is at right now, is already a a carry. He's already a carry.
He's real.
But the thing is, you also have to consider the way that they execute these fights, because as a carry, you also have a problem of you just stealing the NetherRealm. And then you also have to wait 1.7 seconds before you start dealing damage.
Oh,
it worked!
Fight starting up. Penalty zone spent on 2. Yue still has his NetherRealm, and that's Sanji spending his.
Oh,
look at this, Echo going in too deep.
Oh, the hold!
8-4 carry. Benecutie's here. Lord still out of retry range. Sanford barely alive. Wow, Teasy takes the Lord from the back. Yue is slain. Now Benecutie coming in. Sensui, energy eruption. He erupts himself. The storm is here, flickering on through, and now it's Edward's turn to get his triple kill
There you go.
for Benecutie.
You asked the question, Leo. And there it is. That's the answer. The triple kill, the carry is carry.
The storm is brewing for Echo. And now we feel the damage, we feel the DPS, the shred of Benecutie. And Blacklist International, I just want to say, Renji kind of messed up that Lord dance for Sensui. The Star Shudder hit the Lord, and Carl Teasy was quick enough with the retribution timing.
Oh, look at the rubber banding effect as Oheb gets clapped here. Echo are in your face, they're in your base, and they're threatening the end. Carl Teasy gets punished. All right, here we go. Blacklist showing their teeth. Thou shalt not push, not so quick as Echo skedaddle.
Okay, they defend, but that was really close to possibly ending here. Echo now just full-on swinging the gold in their favor as well. We're going to take a look at the replay. This is exactly what we're talking about. The shot from Renegade brings it down.
Oh, it messed up the timing.
Gets the timing. That is tough. And then they get collapsed on in the triple kill for Benecutie here. So they're going to have to, basically they're paying the price now for this because momentum swings heavily in favor of Echo. Benny Cutie fully buffed up where he needs to be item-wise and everything else. And now they'll play around that. It only took them, what, 14 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
No big.
No biggie.
I mean, it's no biggie if you're able to play like this. Like, Echo now has full control of the map. Even though, as I say that they're not in the jungle of Blacklist International, you still have to consider that there is a Novaria on the side of Blacklist. It's not so easy for Echo to sort of like establish this map control because of the vision that is being given by Renegade. So there is that semblance of hope for Blacklist International. You're not essentially crumbling in terms of farm and resources because you are able to cover some, some parts of your map because of the Astral Echo.
That's right. I'd like to echo that.
It's
say,
funny because it's Astral Echo, but they're
Echo,
Blacklist
right?
International.
And yeah, no, I'm about to say the same thing again. The
Sorry.
fact that this is a 4K gold lead at 16 minutes, it's a small 4K gold lead.
Yeah. Honestly, even with that, at the way the game has gone, for the majority of it, Blacklist International is still in actually a good position to fight toe-to-toe with Echo. So really what it comes down to now, even with this situation, is can Blacklist International be the ones to get those ultimates out from Echo first, right? Especially as we get to these Lord fights in about 20 seconds here. One, is it UA, does he also take the Netherrealm, right? Which team uses that first, which team utilizes that first, but then getting through that sustainability with the Rafaela across from you. So you're fighting sustainability, obviously, with poke, with range, when you have the Novaria, a little bit of a vision advantage as well. But that's kind of the thing that Blacklist International has to solve here, and that's exactly why Echo will be confident enough to go ahead and start their stance up.
Yeah, no, this is a no-go. This is a no-go. If you're Echo, you're dancing with two left feet. You have an Astral Echo on you, and now it gets reset. Okay.
Okay, they're going to go back and forth. Once again, Edward, though.
Penalty zone, plus the Lord with a knock-up. Edward gets slain. Benny Cutie. And now they go for it. Another realm from Sanji. Blacklist effectively evicted out of the jungle. And now Echo scores another Lord. And now Sanji comes with a pull. Oheb goes down. Traded up for Sanford, though. Look at this. Echo coming in from the back. And they are going to sandwich Renegade, Sensui, and Yue. And now Sensui. Oh, he gets taken out here. Blacklist are dispersed here.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to defend against this. UA, Renegade. UA's probably going to go down. Being chased down.
Mid-lane Magician playing with fate. Takes down Sanji. Wins the 2v1. Now Carl Teasy looking to end this. Looking to buy time. And Edward and Renegade.
Oh my God,
first, the Bataan boy connection keeping Blacklist in
UA's still alive?
UA, my goodness.
He is. Oh, but not for long here.
Okay, he's
Say that. No mana.
One more.
No mana. All right, there goes a punch.
Hey, you got to give it up to Blacklist International buying enough time here with that situation. Yes, they still got to deal with the Lord. They've got 30 seconds for UA to be up. It's 4 members. Can they defend against this? Lord pushes it.
4v5. This is a Luminous Lord. It's big, and there's a lot of damage coming in. Netherrealm forced out. Edward with penalty zone, but he goes down. Now a 3v5 defense. Sensui very low. Gets popped his immortality. And now the Lord gonna get clear of. Sanji goes down. There's a wave in mid. Carl Teasy goes. Oheb still alive. Little Hitman goes back. Flicker's on through. Watch the waves. Watch the base. And now Cutie gets his immortality pop. And he's fighting back.
No way!
Hitman is still here. Blacklist loses all of their inhibitors, but they effectively win the defense. Blacklist still in this. Echo crumbling.
How did they just defend against this? Yes, Sanji's up because of the passive, but Blacklist International gonna run it down mid here in an amazing defense.
You gotta come in, Edward, man. The penalty zone kept every single one on the side of Echo outside the range of the base. They were not able to utilize the Lord.
All right, watch out. Carl TZ coming in. Sanford as well, an early Netherrealm, keeping them alive, clearing the waves. But Oheb here.
Benny Cutie in 3.
Taking down Sanji. Here comes Sanford. They're going to need to punch every single minion, every single wave here. And just like that, Blacklist International are headed on to the upper bracket finals.
And this winning moment is brought